Do you notice that there's not a lot of room for blaming? Do you notice that there's not a lot of room for drama? Drama is important because that's life, but this is creating ownership. This is creating accountability. And those two are what's missing in people's lives: ownership and accountability. Okay, so what do you do? There's a mentor and a mentee. What do you do? First step, boom. You got to get this clear, right? Got to get this clear. You don't get into the drama. Everybody's got drama. Everybody's got issues. You listen, you can console. But then when it's time to mentor and they're ready to do something about it, no matter what the situation is, what do they want to be better? They could be, I want to have a better relationship with my husband. I want to have a better relationship with my kids. I want my house to be clean. I want to get laundry done every week. I want my garage emptied out. I want to earn $1,000 more a month. I want to let go of 20 pounds. It doesn't matter what it is. You ask the person, what do you want to be better? And then you get clear on that. Then you remember what step 2 is? Step 2 is training, mindset training. With the information from their goal, they've got to upgrade their visualization, they've got to upgrade their language, and they need to release their frustration. They've got to do that. And then they get educated on their goal. They've got to read and study about their goal, like how to go about doing this. They need a book, they need to watch videos, they need to learn about how to take steps to be able to accomplish this goal. Okay, so these first two right here is gathering the information. That's what's happening to be able to help them get to this goal. But that's not it, right? It's not it. We know that the next step is, hey, they need to ask questions and they need to be able to understand what's going on with this mindset piece. And so they're going to ask questions, and maybe you could even have them teach you back what they're learning along the way. So this process right here, we need to bring the goal into their mind. So we're filling their head full of good, positive strength and information about the goal. This is the information gathering process. Then when it comes to step 3, setting the steps, doing the tracking, and doing the reporting, this is application. This is the application part of this process. Information without application is frustration. Information without application is frustration. It's frustration. So if you're frustrated, it's because you're not doing these steps. If your mentee is frustrated, it's because they don't know the steps. They're not asking their questions. They're not tracking and they're not reporting. It's very, very simple to see where the frustration is coming from. Clarifying what the goal is, right? That's number 1. Then number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can see that there literally are steps that have to be followed so a person can learn the process goal achievement. Because people don't know this skill. You are teaching them a skill. It's a skill. Now, this might be too much to show you, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This comes from the Art of Mentoring program, but I want to show you here. This is a great way to manage time for a 1-hour mentoring conversation. Notice the first 10 minutes is to clarify the goal and review the progress. The next 15 minutes is to review the training, help them dial in on their routine for the day, ask if there's any questions about their routine or about their goal, and then decide upon the next steps they're going to take, plan out how they're going to track and report, and then review the time, review the next appointment. Boom, 1 hour. And look at this, 15 minutes of training, 10 minutes of clarity, 15 minutes open for Q&A and discussion about getting clarity on this whole process. Another 10 minutes to decide the next steps, and then planning the tracking and the reporting, and then boom, okay, let's meet next week. Let's pick a day and a time. Got it, boom, 1 hour. That's a 1-hour discussion. And then next week, you do exactly the same thing. Do you notice that there's not a lot of room for blaming? Do you notice that there's not a lot of room for drama? Drama is important because that's life, but this is creating ownership. This is creating accountability. And those two are what's missing in people's lives: ownership and accountability. Ownership and accountability. Usually people get into a mentoring conversation and they talk about everything that's wrong. That's not productive. It's not productive. Doesn't work. Maybe they feel better because they expressed everything that's going wrong. But if you want to be really good at being a coach, a mentor, a facilitator, a parent, a manager, a boss, a friend, you want to be intentional, and that you are going to bring them into a particular experience that is structured. This is a structure. This is a structure. This is a structure. These are structured. And sometimes mentors and coaches coach and mentor without a structure. And you know what happens when you don't have a structure? Any storm can come along and blow you away. You want to be the kind of mentor and coach that follows a structure that is solid. And no matter how wishy-washy and how dramatic and how many problems the person has, you know we need to follow a structure. It's not cold. It's not inconsiderate. To me, it's respectful, right? We want to be respectful in what we're doing here, because this is a person's life. They got a challenge. They're up against a wall. And if they're stuck and they're up against a wall, that means they are not moving forward. And this person, this adult, is influencing kids. Their mood, their attitude, their pessimistic attitude, their negative attitude, because they're stuck. And people who are stuck, man, they're grumpy. They are irritated, agitated. They get aggressive. They're moody. And they put out a big negative vibe. So the reason why they can't get through this is because they don't know the steps. They don't want to be accountable. They don't want to do the tracking. They don't want to take the steps. They don't want to have a goal. But guess what? They're stuck. Someday, they'll wake up. Someday, they'll wake up and then go, wait a minute. Maybe I need somebody to help me. Maybe there's a process. And there is.